Alright guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are doing a weekly forecast. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. So let's just jump straight into it. So we got these pairs. I think it's about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 10. So we got 10 pairs we're going to quickly analyze. So EURUSD and GBPUSD should be somewhat of the same thing because it is XXX against the USD. And it should also be for gold. So I'm actually going to move gold right there. So these three pairs should all like correlate to each other, so you should know that you know, if we have something like this, they should all correlate to each other. So GBPUSD, gold, for example, EURUSD, anything that's XXX USD is going to do the same thing, and vice versa. So if we have, for example, and actually a lot of people don't know about this, you know, if I have, for example, USD against XXX, it's gonna do the same thing, right? Because that's gonna be the base pair. But yeah, let's just go into it. So EURUSD, we're gonna start on the daily. I actually don't want to start on the weekly. I just feel like we go back too many times. Like, yeah, now. So the daily, you can see we have actually consolidation. I know it looks kind of like a downtrend, but it's not really a downtrend if you think about it. Because if you do it at the bottom, you can see we sort of coming to a narrow point. So yeah, this is just a pure consolidation. There's no exact you know, direction for the market to go to, but if we talk in terms of liquidity, I would suggest, I would think that this market would go down. EURUSD, I guess we're gonna have something like this, but I mean, even this is sort of invalid in my opinion. We're gonna have it maybe at this point. This one looks somewhat, you know, more valuable. It makes more sense. So I see something like this. Yeah, you can see we're even having, you know, points of reversals at these points. I mean, even if we go through to there, and this is what I'm seeing. So it does seem that we hit the zone right here, and we could potentially be going to the downside for the upcoming week. So again, this is the daily, so each candlestick represents a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last week EURUSD was bearish. The week before we were bullish, but halfway through the week we're bearish again. So I'll say for a week and a half we've been bearish. I do think this upcoming week will also be bearish. So yeah, definitely go, you know, you should do your own analysis, go down the lower time frames and, you know, look for sells for EURUSD for the upcoming week. You can see we were potentially in a, you know, in a bullish trend, in an uptrend, and then we broke out. You can see that we're now starting somewhat of a downtrend. Okay, so yeah, definitely just go ahead, look for sells. You can see I can even, you know, chart structures here, but I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, so sells. So same thing with GBPUSD. As I said, it correlates to EURUSD, so sells as well. You'll be looking for GBPUSD, although you see in GBPUSD long term it will be an option. But as I said, whatever happens on EURUSD or GBPUSD or whatever it is, something against the USD, it's gonna happen for the other pairs. So GBPUSD, I'm pretty convinced as well that we will be going, or GBPUSD will be selling as well. So yeah, we go to gold. Gold should be somewhat the same thing, although I do think gold will move a little bit more different. It's still gonna be bearish in my opinion, but I think it will be a bit more bullish. It would have more time in bullish. So I think if you would scalp gold, I think you could make money off buys. But let's just analyze it real quick for the sake of it, you know. So let's start on the daily. The daily, if you go on the long term, is really in an uptrend. There's nothing really much to analyze actually. So let's go on the 4 hour. You can see we're starting somewhat of a downtrend, which we were, but like previously in an uptrend. So, you know, let's just draw something like this real quick. You can see, yeah, we broke out with really like a good amount of bearish pressure. Came back, retraced a little bit, and went back down again. Created this huge fair value gap, which we're meeting at now, which could lead gold to continue going to the downside, right? Potentially coming to this liquidity. I know a lot of you probably don't know what liquidity is and all these things, but I will explain in the future. But yeah, we could potentially come down to this point and then potentially going to the upside again. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like gold will sell a bit, and maybe through halfway of the week, maybe Thursday, we'll start going bullish again. But yeah, gold also looking good for sells. Let's go down to GBPUSD. GBPUSD, this is where things change. So I do think GBPUSD will continue going bullish. You can just see all this bullish power right here. And I'm not too sure, I didn't check the fundamentals, but I'm not sure if, I don't think it's the British pound getting stronger. I think it's the Australian dollar getting weaker. So this is why we have this huge uptrend here. And it's definitely not safe, in my opinion, to go for sells. As you can see, we've been going, bullish for a really long time. So I just don't think it's safe to go for sells. I think it'll be really risky. But if you do go for sells, you should definitely be a swing trade. Definitely hold it, because it will be selling for a long time. But yeah, in my opinion, GBPUSD, you could catch a really good setup, which is a long position, which is a buy. And yeah, you could definitely make some money off GBPUSD. I have actually made some money off GBPUSD already in the past. I think it was last week. Took a buy, and yeah, it was a signal as well. So if you guys do want to join my signals, go ahead and go down in the description, and you can join for absolutely free. It's actually we actually like an 80% win rate. I'm not even lying. You guys can go check it out. Every single signal is there. So yeah, so GBPUSD, we're going long. GBPJPY, all right, this is a really interesting one. Yeah, we're definitely starting the daily time frame. I know or XAUUSD pairs has always been bullish for a really long time. I'm starting to think we'll start going bearish now to the downside. Okay, so let's just throw a little uptrend. Okay, got something like that. And then if we can just mark out areas of interest, which I see right here. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Show a little bigger. All right, that's what we got on the daily. So we can go down to the 4-hour now. I see what's going on. Sort of refine the zone as well. So if I were to refine it, probably like that. And yeah, GBPJPY. We could potentially be going down maybe just a little bit more, but we also could just reject off the zone and start going back to the upside. I'm not too sure. Again, I have not really looked at the fundamentals, but I do know the yen is really weak, at least for in this zone. So up till here, the yen has been going to the downside, and I do think it's gonna keep going down for the upcoming week. So in my opinion, I'll be looking for sells, definitely not buys. But again, it does depend. If we do reject here and break this point right here, then I think we could potentially do something like this. Let me just show you. So we break that point, retrace, and let me just use the path. Let me use the path real quick. Path is somewhere here. There we go. So get something like this. Probably retrace back here, retest, and break it, and then potentially going to the upside again. That's what happens if it will reject here, and then do something like this. Then we know we're going for buys. But if we do break out of the zone, continue to the downside, I would look for sells. Ignore the trend line. Ignore the trend line. We just keep going for sells, right? So XAUUSD pairs, we're going to the downside. All right, USDJPY, same thing. Move that right here. It's, as I said, it's the same thing. So we're gonna skip USDJPY. That's also going to the downside. USD CAD. Now here's the tricky part. So as I said, XXX-USD pairs, we said that's going to the what? We said that's going to the downside. USD XXX will do the opposite. We're going to the upside. So as you can see, USD CAD has been flying up. It has been flying up. So let's go on the daily. You can basically see what I mean, right? So you can see we're in a nice uptrend that's been quite consistent for a really long time. Let's see the daily. Don't forget. So selling on this pair is a risky move. But if we do, if USD CAD does sell, it could potentially just. All right, guys. So as you guys could see, my mic did get out, so this is just a voiceover. This is after I recorded the video, so I'm just gonna kind of be speaking over everything. So yeah, as I was trying to say, so USD CAD could potentially sell, but as I was saying in the video, I have to try and remember what I was saying, but there was a zone. So if we broke out of the zone, I was saying that it could sell for a bit and then continue to the upside, but then we're going to continue to USD SWIZ, which looks like it be in a downtrend, but as I said, USD XXX pairs always correlated with each other, but USD SWIZ seems to be going down, and this is because the SWIZ is just that much weaker to the dollar compared to the Canadian dollar, right? So as you can see, I'm just trying to draw out the trend that has previously been an uptrend, which has now reversed to a downtrend, which I'll draw in a second. Yeah, and in my opinion, I still do think that USD SWIZ could be going to the upside, even though we are entering a downtrend. And basically, I draw a zone showing a zone where if it does break out, it can continue to a downside, or we could reverse and continue to the upside. Or I shouldn't really say continue, but reverse to the upside. And you'll see me draw that zone in a second. All right, so there's the zone, and yeah, as I was saying, so USD SWIZ could potentially reverse on that zone, but if we do break through, we could possibly just break through, force the zone to be a resistance, retest, and continue to the downside. Okay, so it all depends on what happens tomorrow, but for the upcoming week, I do think USD SWIZ will be bullish. All right, EURUSD, sort of the same thing with GBPUSD, and this actually was the signal. If you do look back at the little video I was showing about the signals, it was actually EURUSD buy that I called, not the GBPUSD buy. But it's very similar to GBPUSD. The Australian dollar is just extremely weak at the moment. So that's why, you know, Euro or XXX odd pairs are all flying to the upside. So pretty simple. EURUSD's gonna continue to the upside. All right, Nasdaq. So Nasdaq has potential. Well, last week, for like the entire week, it has been bearish, and I actually, someone messaged me, you know, he asked me to flip his account. I accepted the deal, and I made him like $100, $100 in just 2 trades, just on Nasdaq alone, taking sells, because I saw that, you know, we broke the trend, whatever, and it's been going to the downside. I'll show a little video actually of me making the profits on this guy's account, but yeah, I think I made him like $90 or whatever, but yeah, I'll show it on the screen. And yeah, Nasdaq will keep going down in my opinion for the upcoming week. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.